Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
You're live. Go talk.
Hey, we're fired up. Let's go. Hey, quick. Hey, check out the Sports Fix with Stix and Announce Big Homie YouTube channel. If you're not watching right now, when you listen to the podcast, you can check it out. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on whichever podcast platform you listen to. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, Announce Big Homie at homie_anonymous. Homie, what's cracking down there, brother?
Man, I'm not even about to get into my damn sob stories, bro. Nobody wants to hear that, man. Nobody wants to hear me go into some whole rant about, then I'll start sounding like a spokesperson, you know what I mean, and advocating for something. But what I will advocate for the people out there on some other stuff, serious business, if you have the capability or capacity to donate blood, it would be very much welcomed in the country and society as a whole right now. Because the homie might not be sitting in the chair right now. If it wasn't for people who took the time out to do stuff like that. And it still bothers me to this day in terms of my physical. Don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about that. Just go out and do what you need to do for people similar to myself who would appreciate a good set and a good bag, 20 sack of platelets or a good 20 sack of red blood cells. They would appreciate that. Don't go to the damn the spot where you buy your weed at, okay, legally or illegally, whatever. Go and do something that's good for the people one time. You might get some blessings. That's it. Shout out to y'all if you do. Other than that, I don't want to do no sob stories, man.
Hey, that's a good little piece. Way to get the intro going, get that out there to the people, because it's definitely a need and definitely good for everybody out there that is needing it. So, hey, well, we got the producer at Chris_Donovan joining us.
Is that me?
That's you, brother. That's you.
Going on, boy?
We're doing all right. We have him on here because he was the homie investigative insider at this week's NASCAR event.
That's what it's called.
In Fontana, right? So
yeah,
Chris rolled with his family, took the whole kiddos, the wife. You guys have a good time or what?
Yeah, it was dope. We got to go Saturday and Sunday to both races. We stayed through most of them, but of course, traffic is a biatch out here in California. So we left and sat in the parking lot, watched the end of the race, then left. So we got out of the parking lot first. But yeah, it was a good race. It was dope because they changed some rules. It's also the first time it's back in 3 years in Southern California, minus the Coliseum race that was a couple weeks ago. But just to give you a little stats on it, Cindric won the pole. Kyle Larson won the entire race in his number 5 Chevy. Chad Briscoe, who was my racer in the number 14 Ford, he got 16th place. That's who I had this week in the poll that I'll explain later on when we get into NASCAR down in a couple weeks. But we had a lot of cool things happening though, because on Saturday, the qualifying, we had 10 crashes or spinouts. Nobody's on the track but with them, and they spin out when they're practicing. We had Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, William Byron, and Brad Keselowski They all hit the wall or spun out in qualifying with, again, nobody's on the field with them.
Yeah.
They're still getting used to these new cars, the next gen car or whatever the hell they call them now.
Yeah, I think Joe Giordano had to run a backup car out there after his practice ride, his original ride was done. He had to roll his practice ride out there in the legit race.
Yeah, and that's going to be great for this track because, I mean, with that in the stages, they haven't had the stages here yet. This track is just a giant oval. It's 3 miles wide or long. It's just boring. If it gets going, it's boring. So stopping it for stages and then these new next gen cars that are like they're trying to tweak has actually made it a really, really more funner race to watch than it has been in the past. But anyway, right. I like Chastain, Harvick, Wallace, Haney. They all didn't qualify because they failed inspections and shit. So they had to start at the end of the pack and stuff. There was all sorts of drama happening even before the race started. And if you kept on it was pretty cool.
Did you get to the infield? Did you get to the infield or what?
Not this time. Nah, we didn't want to. We didn't push it.
That's cool.
Did you guys have good seats? I saw you on TV a couple times, I think.
No, you didn't. Well, you might have. We were sitting low enough to the track. That the first day, Saturday, there's no assigned seating because not enough people show up. So we had really great seats with like a counter in front of us. We were right by the start finish. And then on Sunday, we were more toward the beginning of turn 1. And we were like 6 rows up. So I was leaning like this, looking through fences the whole time. But it's pretty dope because when you're closer, you get that rumble and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's dope. Family have a good time and everything?
Yep. Spent too much money. Beer cost too much and it was way too warm.
Of course.
Are prices ridiculous for beers like they are at baseball games, football games, all that? I'm sure.
$11, $12 for a 22.
Man, you figured NASCAR would have that Busch Light going for $2 a can or something with all the sponsorship money they
all
get.
The cans are really big, so you either drink it fast or you have warm beer. So that's why everybody's hammered drinking it fast.
Not to mention it was probably a nice little 80 degrees out there, perfect weather for California, of course.
I was in shorts and a t-shirt. It was dope.
So I'm trying to tell you, every time I see anything, I pointed out to my wife while I was watching the race. I said, man, that's the one thing that makes me miss the crib is being here, looking out the same window to look to a TV to a whole different set of environmental conditions, if you get what I'm saying. It just looks beautiful. And I look outside and I don't see nothing but gray. Oh man, that's a tough one to take on the chin, knowing that is just what's in your blood, right? So it's bad, man.
Yeah, it was
that
nice.
weather would have been nice.
Great weekend, nice and sunny, a little windy on Saturday. Maybe that hurt. Maybe that's why they had accidents. By a little windy, I mean really windy. But I don't know. It's a good race. I like it. I can't wait till next week, Vegas.
That's right. Vegas time.
Pencil 400.
Sweet. Well, thanks for the inside information. The homie investigative team out and about. We put the producer on the spot, so we appreciate you, Chris. I know you got stuff to do. If there's anything else you want to add, roll with it.
I'll give you an update next week too if you want. I'll do a NASCAR update next week too.
Oh,
nice, cool. You rolling to Vegas next week now?
No, but I watch it every weekend, so I can let you know.
We're gonna try to get. I know our boy Aaron Jones down there in Vegas. He's gonna try to hit that one up. So we'll have another homie. Maybe we'll have another homie investigative inside information down from the Vegas one. So we got peeps all over the world, baby.
I'm just telling you. I know one.
Shout out India.
I know one thing walking around out there. You got to shout out India, but I do know.
Have a good show, guys.
So,
all right, thanks, bro. See ya.
I can guarantee you this: walking around the track and concession area and the common area out there, it was a whole lot of Dickies and Ben Davis out there and all that. I can guarantee you that. Okay. Southern California life, I guarantee you it was popping. People probably bought damn bikes out there. I seen little man.
You saw the low riders and the hoopties and the hydraulics all out there, man. They were showing out, bro.
Man, the lifestyle, man, I'm telling you, it's just so carefree, man. Knowing good and well, everybody got to go home to hood neighbors and being broke constantly because that's just the cost of doing business when you're playing with California.
Hey, before we close out the NASCAR, I do have to give you a fantasy NASCAR update from our This Is Funner League because, your boy, your country boy over here, Stix, rolled through the competition and took the homie out of his element here. And I beat homie last week. What was it, 181 to 173 in the stage?
It don't matter. Even a dead ass clock is wrong. You know what I'm saying? 2 times.
But yeah, bro. So, I had to pull out the country boy in me, the old school back in the day, watching the old Earnhardt Jr. and the real racers, Richard Petty and all that. But hey, one more thing on that. The cool thing about that too is they did have like Mark Martin up in the booth there for a minute, and he was talking about how different the cars are to drive, and you actually have to really drive these cars. So that's what the new next gen car and stuff is just like. It seems like a lot. Then Chris was talking about those wrecks and stuff. So these guys are still didn't really have any practice with these cars. So it's nice to hear from the old wily veterans talking about how they are harder car to drive and it's fun to watch. So
yeah, that's a super good shout because that's exactly what NASCAR was trying to do, is put the race back in the hands of the drivers and it be less about the track, right? So we want to see driver skill out there and not being coddled, so to speak, about with these rides and the track. You know what I'm saying? So let's see your driving skills. Pull something out.
Yep, 100%. So we don't have a whole lot to go over today, but we can touch on a few things. College basketball tournaments are starting, so March Madness is right around the corner. We got to get in on some of that action here pretty soon, homie. You know how we do.
I mean, we really want to, man. I'm just saying that. I mean, they build these casinos based on this kind of life.
Especially for Super Bowl plays and for March Madness plays, bro. That's really how they do it. The fun part, I know I talked about this last year when we were talking about college basketball. Maybe now that we have access to shout out Snoqualmie and shout out EQC, that we might actually be able to get the play that I like the most. It used to be 1st to 10. Now it's like 1st to 15 in the game because just a little prop type play that's pretty fun to do. So, get a good team to roll out. The odds are, pretty evenly matched, but it's still fun to play those games because, as the whole game goes along, holy cow, you never know. Just like basketball, last 2 minutes, you break some hearts and make some people unhappy in the last couple minutes.
I mean, okay, beat this out though. I mean, I see where you're going with college basketball, and maybe there's some real college basketball purists maybe still out there for the love of the game, right? But what part of the game do you really love, right? Is it just regional? Like, do you just love where you went to school at, the school that's in your neighborhood, the school that's on your side of the state? Because I don't see, there's no guys that you could really get behind because they were there last year and blah, 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 right? And I don't know, I get confused by it. Now, the way that the basketball and the professionals have set shit up, I don't know if there's a comeback for my interest. They'd have to plead for my interest because the only thing left for me, to be honest with, shout out to Coach K, because he's doing his victory lap right now because he's riding out to the sunset. But that's it for me. It's these coaches. If I know a couple coaches, I know Pat Ewing, I know Coach Huggins, I know Krzyzewski. You know what I'm saying? I know some guys out there, and I like to see some of those matchups. I like to see Juwan Howard try to put hands on people after suspensions. But I like to see people that I know that, Penny Hardaway. But that's it. It's not the players really for me. So what is it for you when you watch college basketball now?
Well, yeah, I think you hit it. I think you hit it on the button. Right now, I believe it's just more territorial for me at this point. Gonzaga's been pretty solid for the last 20 years, 25 years or whatever. So obviously the hometown side of it. But homie, you referenced this before, right? You referenced these kids are going to go to school for 1 year and then they jump. So you really don't have the notoriety of the players that stay for 4 years, unless you're at a Gonzaga. And my apologies to our boy Dirk Irvin, for not knowing the full roster of Gonzaga right now to spit off some names. But, those are the,
go ahead.
Those are the teams.
Tammy stayed. And I don't know. And the only reason he stayed is because he ain't going to be an NBA pick. He's not going to be a Kelly Olynyk type player. He's not. But what's the name? What's old boy's name?
Mike Timmy and
Mike Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren. Yeah, and Chet Holmgren. See, that's going to be one of those things where more than likely, I don't know what his status is, but is he going to be there for 1 year and then go and jump? But that's where you get all these players. You don't have time to get used to where these players are going to be in the college ranks for 2, 3, 4 years where they build a name. So that's a great question, homie. But yeah, I think it's more territorial for me right now. And of course the coaching, right? You got Krzyzewski, like you said, to be able to, put on his last run, even though I'm not even remotely close to a Duke fan. My Noles, obviously I'm down with them just because of the allegiance that I've liked them for so long. So yeah, it's hard to get into the basketball, but I do like watching the college basketball because I think it's going to be a different outlook this year with no Dickie V, commenting on these games, being in the booth, announcing these games. So, that'll be a little bit, I look forward to those games when you talk Dickie V and his diaper dandies and all that stuff. So fun to listen to him because that's where I get to know the most about the players and how good they are and how, where they're going to go and all this stuff.
I don't know, man. I mean, Bill Walton's still a funny character, right? Yeah,
Bill Walton has lost all his marbles.
Say anything. To hear Bill Walton say anything is always a fun time. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, I would like to get back into it, but I was into it when it was UNLV having to come back, or Michigan Wolverines having to come back after losing, and they came back as a team the next year. You know what I'm saying? And Duke trying to repeat. The team from North Carolina trying to stay competitive. And that wasn't even half because it was good squads everywhere. Even in the Rick Pitino era, you know what I'm saying, in Louisville, when they was out there doing it with people that and now here's one. They had dudes that didn't even make the league, and they won the national title. So it was that's what's going on. So I mean, I don't know, man. I hope I get some interest back, but I got a feeling that when this whole thing jump off, I'm gonna be checked out.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into MLB right now, but being since there's not going to be any MLB on for the next month, so at least probably. So we'll see. This might spark your interest in a little college basketball time. So it's going to be the only thing on during the day, all day long, once the tournament starts. So
that's true.
We'll see. I hope everybody gets to tune into the UFC 272 on Saturday night. I'm going to need everybody to use that hashtag Stix and Sports. Text me, call me, whatever. Give me some updates on this fight. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to be away from the trap to catch it, but that's the plan. I really think this is going to be a good card from top to bottom. I didn't have time to pull it all up, but the main event is Colby Chaos Covington, 320 favorite versus Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, 35-15, 250 underdog. These guys don't like each other, bad blood. There's a kid named Bryce Mitchell on here, straight country boy from Arkansas. I believe he's the middle fight in this card, taking on Edson Barbosa. So that's going to be a good fight. A wily veteran versus a young and up-and-coming kid. Straight country boy, good clip. You watch the UFC countdown, you'll see some stuff on him there. So check out the UFC 272. I wish I had more for you guys on this one. Need to get my boy, the UFC guru, Mark Sudich, back to get you guys some real knowledge, but working on that.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Our Kraken, homie. They're going to come out with a win tonight, plus 150, by the way. Nashville at home today on Wednesday. So these damn over-unders have been fucking around a little bit the last, 10 games, haven't they?
No, not really. I mean, like we talked about last week, they caught a brick, right? And then they go immediately back on another streak of go for what you know. Right when my hands are, you know what I'm saying, when I tie my hands and go, you know what, I need to chew. They pop off 4 in a row against dead under teams. You know what I'm saying? The damn Boston Bruins, you know what I'm saying, the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? It just don't stop. I mean, the hits just keep coming. And you know, that's the thing that they get you hooked up in. Because then you want to go jump in immediately and get on this train, you know what I'm saying? And I'm lucky. So, yeah, they caught a break against the Sharks the other day. You know, they caught a break against the Sharks the other day, you know, but, well, actually, I mean, if I remember, actually, they didn't. You're absolutely right. It is 2 in a row down, I think, after we talk. But, I mean, I'm telling you, that still don't mean nothing. 32 out of 53 is crazy, bro. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen, you know. So you can't look at, you know, game to game. And you know, shout out to Kraken fans who were, you know, showing up to the games, because I was sitting here trying to plot out if there's another spot to go and check them out. But I gotta say, man, Climate Pledge, Kraken, I don't know what y'all out here doing. Y'all ticket prices are stupid. Okay, I was just looking at ticket prices for it was Panthers versus Hurricanes in Raleigh, North Carolina. You know what the entry ticket price was? $30.
$30, huh? What's the cheapest in Climate Pledge?
Here we go.
I knew you were getting there.
128.
Damn.
Okay? For cheap, I'm talking about like you just there. So I'm paying 128 just to be there. And I ain't ate nothing. I haven't, you know, got any adult beverages or did anything like this, right? So much less want to see the game from a real fan perspective, right? Because if you want to sit down bottom bowl level, come on, Climate Pledge is hitting you over the head. You know what I'm saying? How was your seats last time when you went there? They were solid, right? You got to see, you weren't on front ice, but you were, you know, not a bad seat in the house, right? Well, no, because I mean, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I mean, we purchased 201 center ice. I think it's 205 is center ice. Center ice, halfway through the 200 level, which is maybe 11, 12 rows from the roof, right? Or to where you can't go no further. All I did is do what I normally do as a righteous, knowledgeable fan, is try to find some empty seats and go park my ass off in it, okay? So, and that was where I caught some of that net footage and all of that. And because it was people it wasn't full, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's not. Well, it's full. Definitely, and that was like this November, December. When did you go? Yeah, November. End of November, right?
Yeah. So you were there the end of November, and then now it's funny because all over Facebook and everywhere you just see selling tickets, but still they're not even dropping down the prices. It's still like whatever face value. 160 I think is the cheapest I've seen so far. But it seems like the seats that I've seen have been decent, views like on the 100 level too. So, I'm looking forward to going to my first game here April 1st. The boys are coming into town, so we're going to have a little weekend getaway. We were supposed to go to opening day or weekend stay vacation or whatever, but we were supposed to go to opening day on that Thursday, March 31st, and then go to the Kraken on Friday, April 1st.
Double up.
So, but MLB is not happening, obviously, since they canceled the first 2 series, which we'll get into here in a second. But looking forward to rolling down there, get a little homie investigative insider information going on again, popping off. So going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be pop that, man. That would have been a great double up, man. I always try to get in those situations to where you're in a city and you can hit 2 of them. You know what I mean? Whatever sport it is, you can hit 2 of them real quick and check out a couple good arenas. But it hasn't worked out for me yet, man. I've been trying, but it's always something. So
maybe
here you go. Did that MLB lockout, man, which would have been great. Because I know how you locked in steady for years, been locked in off of this opening homestand and been heavy in attendance damn near every year that I know of, damn near. So
yeah, it's been like, I think it was since 2007, 6 or something like that. I don't know. It was a good run until opening day 2020 when they had the modified season. And then 2021, no fans. And now 2022, the freaking lockout. So that's wild. But yeah, man, it's good times. I always look forward to going, being there first. And it's this year would have been the best as well because it was the actual opening day where the Mariners were actually going to be at home on opening day. So the funny thing, I think before 2020, I believe like the 3, at least the 2 or 3 years prior to that, they were always on the road for some reason. Opening day. So then they come back. It just doesn't have that excitement of, actually opening day when it's a day. And the thing too, I don't know, I can't remember what time the game actually was, but before 2020 and before up to the last couple of years before 2020, my thing about opening day, the best part about it was the day game on an opening day. So 105 or whatever, 125, whatever time they wanted to start. Those were the best times, even if it was, before, even if it was like the actual opening day or even if it was the week and a half later or whatever there was bees. But that not happening. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this MLB, decision making and the players. It seems like a lot of mumbo jumbo. I attempted to read through some stuff, so I really don't have a whole lot on it. Homie, I don't know if you do, but it just sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. All I know is that they're locked out and they are not playing right now, and they need to come to a decision and decide to be fair to each side. Negotiations are not going well when neither team can even come. Doesn't sound like they're close on whatever aspects that they're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, and it seems like to me, man, and last year we heard Rudy talking about how the Indians refuse to spend bread and this kind of thing. And, we talked about it. It was a conversation. And I think that's what the whole situation is about, man, because if you got all of these teams that are just withholding bread and not spending profits, then how many players are not getting quality or average pay? You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it boils down to, because you only have half the league, that spends over $100 million. And then everybody else is, you know, the A's, they notorious for trying to get, you know what I'm saying? They get good rocking the money ball with profits and sustainability. Shout out to them. Go get some of that Vegas life. I feel you with all of them extra profits you got. But everybody else, what the hell you been doing? Right? And I was tripping. So I looked up a number today, and we could move on, or, you know what I'm saying, and come back and circle back or whatever. But I looked up a damn number today, okay? Rudy got an all hands on right to be pissed at this squad, because I thought I was going to see this kind of number from the Mariners, right? And I looked and I said, oh, I wonder where total salary is looking like for, you know, as far as teams who spend. All right. So going into this year, the Mets, okay, overtook the Dodgers as most money spent, right? $236 million, right? $236 million. And, we know what fills out a roster. So their players are popping. The Dodgers still second. Their players eating. They have no concerns, right? I bet you all the players for the Dodgers, no concerns. Yankees, no concerns. San Diego trying to catch the Dodgers, no concerns, right? But what players really do got concerns like they're not eating right? What did I say? 236 million?
236, yeah.
Not a shade over 29 million being spent by the Cleveland Guardians. Shout out to Chief Wahoo. I see you. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, that's what you were talking about, Rudy. We were talking about the bottom three teams weren't even like, someone was, I think it was Max Scherzer last year with the Dodgers. His
That's
salary was higher than the teams. So Cleveland Guardians, what was it? The Pittsburgh Pirates, as well as
third from the bottom.
Baltimore.
In the middle. Hey, bam, 3 for 3. See, that's what it is. And I mean, those three teams are not even 100 million.
And that's what we talked about, right? We talked about maybe having a minimum where you had to spend as much money like you do in the NFL. You have to spend a certain amount of money. Can't go over, but you have to spend a certain amount of money.
You got to be able to do that, because that's where you have this big discrepancy with what goes on in the league. And that's what is guiding what the Players Association or the Players Union or whatever, I forget what baseball officially calls the situation. I think it's the Players Union, I think. And these dudes have Max Scherzer, Mookie Betts, them Giancarlo Stanton, all these dudes who were paid out actually have to go and fight for their utility guy who's, you know what I'm saying, not making bread. Because he is like the guy who is basically leading the Guardians in batting average.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's leading the Mariners in ERA this year and not getting paid. And that's what's crazy. So I looked at the league average. Seems like it's about 120. Right above that 120 is the world champion Atlanta Braves. Lead as shit. Half the money that the Dodgers spent. You know what I'm saying? They put a championship on the board, which isn't new because people have done it before. You know what I'm saying? The Florida Marlins did it years ago, twice. You know what I'm saying? And then right below that, and this shows you the discrepancy. Right below that, only 2 spots away, Texas Rangers, straight dumpster fire, 114. They spent 114, which is of note because it is $40 million more than the Mariners spent.
And that was below. So first of all, on the Rangers,
teams are right above average and right below average. They're both of them are right at average, bro.
And then that was 2021, right?
That's for this year. Currently,
well, that's because they haven't been able to get their free agent signings yet. So that's why those numbers are a little lower right now. But Texas also, I think Texas number has to be a little bit higher because didn't they sign your boy Corey Seager to 10-year, $400 million or $300 million or some shit?
But yet, this is activity. This is activity that's happened before the lockout. Teams try to make moves. One was a complete damn dumpster fire, okay? And the other one is the damn champion, okay? Which is not Toronto, which is right above. And Toronto spends $7 million more than the Braves. And you see what they're cooking up in Toronto, right? And then you got the Giants below the Rangers, juggernaut. Took the Dodgers to the damn brink, bro.
Yeah, they need to have a minimum salary and at least a minimum, because they're not going to cap. They're not going to give them a salary cap. They're not going to give them a salary cap. So they might as well have a minimum threshold that you have to be able to spend and get to be, to be able to compete, right? I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, there's no reason why.
I said offline, Jeter was getting the hell up out of there because he promised the people action, right? And after 4 years, he ain't seen no action, right? And it's not him that don't want to do the action. They ain't letting them do the action. What are damn Marlins at? 4th from the bottom on that damn list. They don't want to spend no bread. Jeter's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because y'all about to ruin my reputation in this situation. And I put a whole lot of promises out there about what I was going to do. A couple of them I did, like trying to get prospects and get the Marlins to start popping off, which, okay, there's a little something, there's a little buzz, you know what I'm saying? So they say, I don't know this to be a fact, but that's what people say about the Marlins farm club. There's a little buzz down there. They're doing better than they used to, but they still put garbage on the field. Got rid of Sterling Marte, got rid of Giancarlo Stanton, and did all of this. And because they said they was going to spend bread and ain't spend no bread, that's why the hell nobody damn comes. And I don't know why the damn Mariners fans don't revolt in that same ass damn way, because you can't just sit out here and spend, I mean, they spending $70 million, $71 million. Okay. I'm telling you, by that money is already comped in season ticket sales, bro.
Yeah, and they have money to spend on the Mariners.
Comp that back.
On the Mariners, what?
The owners have already comped that money back already in projected concessions year over year and damn season ticket sales. I guarantee you.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why it's going to be interesting once free agency opens back up. It's going to be like we always talk about, NFL owns free agency, right? All of a sudden, you just talked about it last week, homie, where it's going to be, boom alert, boom alert, boom alert, boom alert, signs here, trade here, blah, 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 right? Once MLB opens back up or they get the go-ahead to do this, that's how it's going to have to be for MLB. So if you're ready if these teams are willing to spend money, I just wrote a quick few guys down that I got off the top of my head. Carlos Correa, Chris Bryant, Trevor Story. I think Freddie Freeman's still available as well. Anthony Rizzo, I think is one as well. So, once this free agency opens back up, if you're willing to spend, and if the Mariners are only at 70 million, they'd have to make a run at a couple of these guys. I know the talk on the street is, Chris Bryant or Trevor Story or somehow both. I don't know how that happens. They're not going to pay that much and spend that much money if they spend any, but we're looking forward to it. It's time to start digging deep into the lineup so I can see what we have and what we need. But either way, I'm just looking forward to some baseball and the free agency pop off to see where these guys go to fill out these teams and who's going to spend the money.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Make this Christmas memorable with Goat Guns. Get the coolest miniature gun models for your collection. From historical classics to modern weapons, we have something for every firearm and hobby enthusiast. Surprise your loved ones with the gift of Goat Guns, the perfect blend of quality and detail. Shop now and spread the joy at goatguns.com.
The one money that they haven't talked about, which I want to get into, because I tried to do some research and I couldn't find nothing. Okay, and I'm going to get into this in a second. But before I do that, are you trying to tell me if you was owner of said Seattle Mariners, spending 70 million, right? You're going to try to go out and spend another 40 instead of just putting that in your pocket and living?
Yeah, I think they owe that to the fans at this point.
Oh shit! Clearly they owe shit.
So I mean, they have to go out and spend some money and get things popping off after the year that we had last year. A very productive year. No one thought that the Mariners were going to be that competitive.
Yeah.
Except for me at the beginning of the year when I told you.
Wholeheartedly, but yeah, But see, now this leads to my next situation.
Wait, real quick, before you get into that.
I got it.
You said you made a good point of how the concessions is paid for with these teams. Now they're losing some of that money, but
no, I ain't saying losing.
Right. That's what I was going to get into too. Even canceling a couple series of games after opening day, after the first weekend, it dies. Right. So in April is probably the lowest profitable month for the owners anyways. So they're going to lose. They're quote unquote going to lose. They're not losing shit.
Yeah.
They ain't losing shit in that. So if the owners are canceling these games, as you asked about, the Mariners spending money, they're not losing any money in April if they don't play in April. So it could be brought back up and caught back up if you put a good product on the field. When you put a good product,
they can increase their profit margin, you know what I'm saying, by putting a stadium filling team on the field. Yes, they could. By spending how much, right? Because we just noticed that the Braves literally just a hair above league average total salary won the damn title. And their shit was live. Merch is crazy. Brave shit is everywhere all of a sudden, right?
Yes.
But they ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to tell you, I could just take the 40 and keep it in my pocket because I already know projected year over year concession sales. If we're garbage now, we're going to be garbage this year, and we're going to sell the same amount of damn popcorn and peanuts, okay? I'm going to get the same number of parking. I'm going to get the same number of single ticket sales for single game sales, right? I'm going to get all of the same stuff that's going to comp each other. You know what I'm saying? You remember how we used to talk about the 10% comp gain over last year? That's just easy. That's just easy for them just based on the supply chain and everything.
And inflation and that
exactly. They don't have to
they put on tickets, they put on concessions. Well, if you're saying, I don't know if I'm following here. So you're saying Mariners spend 70, you're saying they won't spend another 40 to get to 110?
Like, no, I was proposing it to you because for me, as a fan, it's a no-brainer. You go out and spend to a minimum to make your fans understand that you are trying to put a competitive outfit, uniform on the field every time, at least be to league average.
Well, I'm hoping exactly 100%. I agree with you. I'm hoping that they will spend at least that to get above 100,000 or 100 million, because that is where, you don't want to be, even if you put a good product on the field and you win at a $70 million budget or a $70 million roster. I don't believe that you need a $246 million roster to win, although it does show that it does help. But all those motherfuckers that they have are way overpaid. I don't care. I've said it before. I said it with the A-Rod deal. And I said it with Fernando Tatis. No freaking player is worth $350 million.
You don't know that, though. I know in terms of.
I do know that because that is grossly overpaid.
You have to think about this from a business perspective. We're looking at it from a fandom perspective. It's talking about money equals games won. That don't happen. But I bet you fucking worldwide Tatis jerseys end up being more popular. I bet you this brown and gold SD hat ends up being a little bit more popular than it used to be. You know what I'm saying? In different countries and wherever else, if I'm doing it like this. So yes, it might not equate to wins. That's why I'm saying, now I'm not saying, I mean, I'm blessed to be able to be born and raised in Southern California and be a Dodgers fan from a type, right? But I'm looking at it from also having a brain about myself from business and thinking about if I was wearing a suit and knowing good and well I could have the same damn profit margin by not spending one fucking dollar more. Am I gonna do that? Or am I gonna try to spend 50 more million, which I know is gone? I done already gave it to them. Now I gotta try to figure out how to recoup this 50 grand with this particular fan base. Is the fan base gonna believe that 50 million is gonna equate to how many players? If we gave each one 15 million, is that gonna be sufficient enough to get a Story? Is that sufficient enough to get a Rizzo 15 years? That's 3 guys. Is 3 guys going to change the landscape of my team, which my fandom has no relationship with these 3 guys. They didn't grow with these guys, which goes to my next point. How much money is these franchises spending in minor league salaries? Because you know they're getting judged. They ain't getting no money. Right?
No. That's part of what they're talking about. I
tried high and low, bro, for hours. I want y'all to know, people out here, we trying to fix this shit. I searched for hours to find a team by team breakdown like I found for Major League Baseball salaries or money spent in minor leagues. That does not exist. Somebody tell me, send me a link. You know what I'm saying? Put me on that shit and tell me who's spending. Because if the Dodgers are spending that, okay, who is in their farm club? They got dudes coming. I know that they're major prospects that are not U.S. college prospects, that are Cuban, Dominicano, Puerto Rican, all through the Caribbean that we're giving signing bonuses to in all of these different teams, right? They give high school players that good $2 million signing bonus. Then Kyler Murray didn't even play. They was offering him signing bonus situations, right?
Right. So where's the money? What's the actual pay that these minor league affiliates are using, basically?
For my pipeline, okay, let's just do it like this, since I got the hat on today. I am the Mariners, okay? I don't know all of the different affiliates, but I know AAA is in Tacoma. Okay, we got a squad there. I could have swore there's a squad in Eastern Washington. Am I right with that? Were there other double?
No, Everett, okay. And then California. Yeah.
Okay, so I got 3 affiliates that's supposed to fuel my major league team at some point.
Real quick.
I'm spending nothing down there, right?
Real quick. But listen, and remember, they cut out like 6 more leagues that they don't even have to pay anymore, or, have the funds to have to, run. They don't have to run these other 6 teams. They cut it down. They cut it down. Remember that. So go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying.
You got those 3.
Because that is, where is my guy that fan favorite? Well, where's my guy that's supposed to fill the shoes of fan favorite Kyle Seager? That's in triples, that's been waiting to get up here, who you might have heard some rumblings about, but he hasn't hit the league yet, right? Where's that guy? Why does it always got to be the money? Why does it always have to be from Reds free agent? Why does it always have to be disgruntled Tigers free agent we trying to grab and overpay? I could see them spending $70 million because, damn it, hold on. Pause the show. Park the car. Oakland A's spend $500,000 more than the Mariners. And we know how they get down every single year. So it's not the fact of how much you spending. I'm talking about whole team operations. I'm telling y'all fans, man, to look at y'all teams when you're talking about baseball. You might understand what these players are talking about when they're talking about this bread. This is not a little bit of bread people are talking about. This is nowhere close to being a little bit of bread that these players are talking about. The A's put a winning product on the fucking field every damn year, bro, and spend not even $1 million more than the Mariners in the same range.
And you got billion-dollar owners, baby, billion-dollar owners that have, that are just, in my opinion, a little bit. Not even a little bit. They're just greedy bastards at this point. If they're not even gonna, if you're,
go ahead.
One of the stipulations, I believe, was what was the minimum salary was like $570,000 or something like that for minimum salary for an MLB player. And I think that
like seniority and all of that. Is that the one?
Yeah, that was just that was just the minimum or whatever. I believe that the Players Association wanted like 725 or 750, and I'm not 100%, but I believe that the owners came back at like 700,000 minimum or something like that, and like gonna move it up 10,000 each year or something like that. But I mean, there's so many numbers and I don't even understand it, a lot of it, but it's just crazy. But you're 100% right. Like what are they spending on these minor league affiliates to get your team better, to get that person? So the Mariners have Julio Rodriguez, to answer your question, right? Mariners have Julio Rodriguez that once he comes up, he's going to be a fan favorite right away. Great on social media, good kid, got paid, to come over and be in the affiliation for a while. Kyle Lewis was probably supposed to be that guy until he keeps getting hurt from the Mariners farm system, came up, now a Mariner. But one quick thing I wanted to add to your Tatis, when you were talking about that and spending the money and being a business person, which I agree 100%. We're both business people, right? Understand the business a little bit, general business, right? So I don't believe that a 10-year, $350 million deal is gonna make a difference in those jersey sales.
What?
From a 5-year deal, $200 million. Follow me? Either way, whatever the deal is.
Run it back one more time. I don't want to act like I know and I don't. Run it back one more time.
So I said that no player's worth 10 years, 300 million or whatever.
Okay. 10 for 3.
In my opinion, 5 years, 200 million is going to produce the same results profitability wise from a 10-year, $350 million deal, in a way, unless he's going to continue to play. Now you're going to get him on a good deal, right? Yeah. So, but still, $350 million. I'm sure, obviously, there's a reason why they did that. So they're going to get their profits from all the jersey sales and all the tickets and all that, and being competitive. But a deal like a Robinson Cano deal, a 10-year, $240 million, when he's 35 years old, doesn't make any sense. Look what the Mariners did there. They screwed themselves in that part, right? When he's really 42 years old already instead of 35, because he did have the right birth certificate or whatever. So, you know what? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you could be a little bit better of a business person if you're going to get that profitability part.
Two things. Second thing first. Bobby Bonilla Day still gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
okay,
sir.
Second thing first. Bobby Bonilla Day is still gonna happen July 1st, like it's damn clockwork, like it's anniversary. throw a party. Okay. So I don't want to hear shit about miscellaneous money. Now, back to the first thing. The first thing is what we talked about in the very beginning. This is why I say, as a fan base, charge your organizations with mistreatment of the fans. Go after them, because spending that money, yeah, it might not do a whole lot for us. We think it's inflated. Okay. But Slim Jr., who wants the Tatis jersey to rep his city, is going to be a fan for 20 more years moving forward. Okay? The only reason I say this is valuable, because the Rams did not have a squad for 20 years. Imagine what would happen if the Sonics came back day one arrival after looking at the success of the Sounders, now the Kraken. What? Are you trying to tell me that there's now, yes, us old heads are going to be like, oh shit, yes, Sonics are back, great. But they still have to prove to this young dude who loves KD right now that the guy that's on my team is worth me investing my time and energy through years with. That's the only reason why I say the dumb, stupid contracts for a lot of years do have their importance for certain guys. It's for certain guys, like Pujols. Pujols needed to get that St. Louis money. Look, he's a St. Louis legend now. You know what I'm saying? A-Rod needed to get that bread. I don't know who he's a legend for. I mean, you could chalk it up, throw the you know what I'm saying, the ball and figure out what box it falls in, but he needed to get that bread. But I'm saying around that, you still had to put a quality product on the field, because Yankees fans swear, I think they're like number 4 on this list of spending bread, or number 3 behind the Dodgers of spending bread. Do you think that they're sweating how many damn Yankees fitteds they about to sell in the coming year? You think they think they're going to sell less? Hell no. Hell no. Because they got a baked in fan base who is telling their kids, Yankee fitteds, Yankee hats, Judge, whoever else we have here. Damn, what's my man's name with the good solid hard jaw, Brett?
Gardner? Brett Gardner?
Brett Gardner.
Yeah.
I love Brett Gardner. I don't give a damn. Okay. I'm telling you, they love, you know how you used to love. Well, I'm telling you, my guy was fucking Steve Sachs, bro. I just enjoyed watching Steve Sachs back in the day. Okay. That was my dude. Him or Hershiser, and damn it, Pedro Guerrero. Okay. Those was my 3 guys. And a couple of them wasn't even on the 88 championship squad. But those was the guys who I grew up watching. And I didn't care if whatever the hell it was. Your guys from the Mariners might be some no-name dudes from it might be Alvin Davis or somebody wild that you just enjoyed before Junior. But that shit don't exist until you, as a ownership group, say, I'm going to invest.
Make their Christmas unforgettable with Goat Guns. Looking for the perfect gift for your husband or man who is a gun lover? Look no further. Goat Guns are the greatest gift of all time miniature gun models. They are the perfect blend of quality and detail. From pistols to rifles, there's a Goat Gun for every collector, history buff, or gamer. Whether for display or for a fun collecting hobby, Goat Guns will bring joy and excitement to him. Surprise your loved ones this Christmas with a Goat Gun, the ultimate gift that won't disappoint. Shop at goatguns.com.
And making sure that everybody in the Northwest, I don't give a damn, because you know how many states I gotta deal with? 4. Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Alaska. If I don't put a product on the field, I'm losing that whole fan base. I gotta be an idiot to not do that. That's all I'm saying.
Spend that much money. I in a way agree with you, but I still just think that's just way too much money for a player. I mean,
you done already did it. Come on, man. Stop playing. They did it with A-Rod. They the one gave A-Rod the money, wasn't it? No, the Rangers gave A-Rod.
No, that was Texas. Yeah.
Rangers
Texas gave him the money. Yeah. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I do want him to spend some money. If they have to break the bank for Trevor Story, maybe Chris Bryant, I don't think they nearly have to break the bank. If you just said they're at 70 million right now, they don't have to.
Came to me. Wait a minute. Junior, Felix, except Ichiro. Who did we just say? Junior, Felix, A-Rod, all from Mariners Farm Club.
Right.
What?
I know they do it right, but then they just don't spend money because they just have.
While Walker out here went and got some bread from somebody else.
Right, we talked about that last year.
Some bread.
Yeah, it was New York last year. So
who else? Can you name anybody else from that was supposed to be a hot guy? Oh, what's the dude who played first base? Big burly dude went to Toronto and got paid. What was his name?
Not Vogelback. He didn't get paid.
Big burly dude, or maybe he played for Miami too, but it was one of them. And that dude, he went over there and balled the hell out, and he just came from AAA, was on the Mariners for a minute, busted a trade. Maybe he was in the Ichiro trade. I don't remember. Oh my God, what was his name? And everybody was loving him for a minute up here. Big
the first bit.
Big.
You're not Vogelback, right?
No. If you call the name, I'll recognize it almost immediately. Because I think he ended up playing for the Marlins, and I think he then eventually ended up playing. I think he was part of the Ichiro trade, so he ended up playing for the Marlins.
Was he not the Japanese guy, right?
No. Big bopper, big burly dude, and he just would take Corey Bellinger type hacks. Oh man, what was it? Something makes me think four letters, but it'll come to me and I'll say
I don't know why I can't remember that. I don't know why I can't remember that.
Hashtag Stix and Sports. You know how we do. Sometimes I'll be slipping, but I come with the knowledge. I'm always nice with the baseball names. Don't play me. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's one of two ways. I mean, I think that if you have a franchise that is not a historic franchise, why do you think the A's the A's have played their game long enough to have stadium money to make Oakland say, oh, well, we're not going to do this because we just did this. We just let the Warriors ride out, and we just don't want to spend no more bread for sports franchises. Oh, is that right? Y'all must not know how much money we've collected by putting a quality product on the field for low money, for discounts. We got money in the bank saved up. We can go straight right now. All y'all got to do is let us out these contracts, and we will make y'all look stupid with this sick, ridiculous baseball stadium in Vegas. Trust. Believe me. You think I'm bullshitting? Pull my card right now. I guarantee you, the A's ownership is like just salivating over the possibility of
they can't wait to get out.
A full stadium with that squad, whatever they put on the field, it's gonna be totally insane, bro. Totally insane. Look at the Vegas Knights. They can't wait. They can't wait to get out there, man. And I'm trying to tell you, that's how you do it. Now, if you've been saving money to stockpile to buy, now I don't know, the Mariners, they put AKA Safeco Field there back in the day, but damn it, it's almost been 20 years since. Right? So they
ain't stockpiling for anything else right now.
Yeah, you gave the fans something, which we had to pay for a little bit, if I remember correctly. We had to pay for some of that. So it wasn't like they went out there and just cashed out. We had to pay for some of that. So that's all I'm saying. Give us something. The stadium's already there. Now all they will need is a quality product on the field. So I don't have to go and hit my ticket from Ticketmaster, walk through the arena and still see Cano jerseys, and still see Ichiro, still see Junior. I don't see nobody current out there except for the boy Kyle Seager last year. Other than that,
that's right. Shout out to my boy Kyle Seager.
Straight up.
No disrespecting him.
Look at how far you got to go back. That's what I'm saying. They're not getting new merch sales. They're not creating a fan base of players, young dudes who are playing Pony and Bronco and all of this shit in Little League right now. They're not getting them to be Mariners fans. You're getting them to be Yankees fans and watching Judge and your little homie who co-starred on the show. Love Corey Bellinger, big hacks.
Yeah, any of the Red Sox, when you go to Red Sox games, more Red Sox fans, right? Got to put something on the field to produce. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when they do open up, like I said, to see which players are going to go where and see if the Mariners make a big splash. I mean, the Robbie Ray splash is pretty good, getting the reigning Cy Young winner. So start there and see what happens. Maybe this is what they're finally going to try to make moves with the nucleus. I think we need to revisit this topic next week, homie, and talk a little bit more baseball, since we got to keep the fans interested. Because again, we'll save baseball for baseball. I guess we'll have to put it out there and help them out like we always do, like we've done over the past 3 years now.
Y'all need to be going after the Mariners ownership. Y'all letting them slide by putting that money in their pocket. They taking it straight from the cash register, putting it right in their back pocket. Y'all don't care, because there's not enough of people who care enough to say anything. I'm telling you, you need to be on the charge of rallying every damn M's fan, not for, okay, do what you got to do to get the season started back. Forget that. You need to be as passionate as Rudy was about his damn $29 million. And that should be, especially when the A's are doing what they're doing constantly. Everybody need to be pissed off, man. Y'all need to leave that damn stadium empty a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like it's revolt. COVID breakout. Man, you need to touch their pockets, man. They're not gonna care, because them same ownership of the Mariners, man, are watching. The Kraken ownership is gonna eat for a couple years, and then their shit's gonna kind of curtail. But guess what season just started? MLS. They don't care about nothing but straight cheering and loud noise, and they ain't nothing going to stop soccer fandom. It ain't gonna never be empty. They don't play that shit. They're serious, okay? So that ownership, if it's the Allen family, they ain't gotta worry about nothing. Them and the Seahawks, call it a day. You only need to fix the one franchise, and maybe hopefully not the hockey franchise, but you really need to get the basketball franchise back. Which, okay, Vegas, watch out. Vegas, okay? Vegas A's, Vegas NBA, before the Sonics. Oh, that's going to be rough. You know what I'm saying? That would have been one of my points. If I would have had an NBA minute. Wait a minute, hold on. You want an NBA minute? I was going to say,
yeah, real quick. Get it. Yeah, we gave NBA way too much time last week, but we're gonna give them 60 seconds here in a second. But I want to add to your Vegas basketball thing. There's no doubt in my mind that will happen. Vegas and the Sonics will be a joint. Yeah, it'll be a joint effort where they bring them both in. I mean, hopefully they're working on it now and could figure it out within the next 2 years or whatever. It's going to have to be something that moves fast, because NBA wants that money back from what they lost over the last couple of years. So we'll see. But you got an NBA in 60 seconds or less to close it out?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I bit into it a little bit, because I mean that was one of the big things that jumped off. If there was anything to be said about the NBA, that was definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying? Speculation for NBA in Vegas. And would they dare do it before putting the Seattle franchise back here? They would have to do it at the same time, or it will be a full-fledged revolt. I'm not talking about these damn Lakers. I don't know nothing about these Lakers. These ain't the same Lakers I grew up here. These ain't even owned by the same people. They can't be. No way. This would never, ever be allowed to happen. They're destroying a franchise that I grew up loving. I'm trying to tell you, LeBron was getting booed last night, okay? Booed. I even turned the channel because I was like, this looks bad. LeBron, not a good decision maker when you try to let him and his little group run stuff. I'm not a fan of it. You don't want to know what I wouldn't give right now to have Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Kyle Kuzma back right damn now. I don't give a damn if they were struggling. At least I know those was my guys and I had them from the jump, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just like we was talking about with MLB. But guess what? James Harden finally played a game, okay? Boy, they look like they about to be some world beaters, okay? 27 and 12 in his debut, and then came right back, hit him over the head with a triple-double. So I don't know what's going to happen because meanwhile, the Nets fall to the 8th seed. KD still hurt. Ben Simmons showed his face, not on the court. Kyrie, he can't play half the time. We already know what it is. Okay, look, I got to touch on a sour subject for the local regional situations right now because we know the CJ McCollum, he got traded from the Portland Trailblazers to the New Orleans Pelicans. Might be a sore subject, but he over there lighting it the hell up, 28 points. He averaged 28 points. Like he couldn't wait to get up out of there. Now, he did say that this boy Zion is full of shit. Now, he didn't say that, those are my words, but he said Zion ain't full of shit, okay? Or Zion is full of shit. And it's been backed up by a couple people that used to play for the Pelicans, so watch out. Meanwhile, your Portland Trailblazers are the 10th seed in the West. It's rough out here. It's rough out here. Oh my God. But on the positive side, if you watching the NBA, you know, hey, Ja Morant, I done said it before, and I will say it again. Something's wrong with this kid. Something's wrong with this kid. He done gone nuts out here. This dude dunked over a dude vicious. Almost looked like that Vince Carter when he dunked over the French dude that was 7 feet tall. It looked like that, but more gross. But not as the dude wasn't 7 feet. And he had a ridiculous Larry Bird type buzzer beater. Same game. I'm telling you. MVPs. Ja Morant. I mean, this is the MVP categories right now. Ja Morant, DeMar DeRozan, Joel Embiid, Steph Curry, you got to have him in there. Luka Doncic, call it a day. I mean, that's just what it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be. Hey.
And I got a couple things that's funny that McCallum is lighting it up over there. I did not know that. And
with all the Lakers, with all the guys that was on the Lakers that they traded to get AD street clothes.
Yeah, Zion's been hiding out for sure. Haven't heard anything on him. Ben Simmons isn't going to play a single time on the court. He's not going to see the court for the Nets. Are they even?
I think he's waiting for KD to come back.
He's waiting for KD to come back.
He wants to play with KD every day because they don't know if you're going to have Kyrie playing every other game. He don't want to be the guy out there by himself.
Right, because he's definitely does. And Kyrie, I heard that he still might not be able to play, even though they're lifting the mandate. I don't know what the hell's going on there. What else was there in nothing? You covered it in 60 seconds or less, or a minute.
I got a couple more pieces if you want to know.
What you got?
Here are a couple more tidbits about the NBA. Okay. My daughter and her mom went out to Phoenix this past weekend to see the game that was on Sunday, Phoenix Suns versus Utah Jazz. The Suns are still good. Chris Paul played in the All-Star game and then immediately was out for 6 to 8 weeks with a thumb. Okay. Devin Booker now out. COVID protocols. He'll be back in a minute because, they ain't testing no more. Who cares? But their record is 49-12. Okay. They are up 4 games on the damn Warriors. In the West, they're up 8 games on the Miami Heat, which is the leaders of the East. Okay. And a little local news. This is one little local news tidbit, if anybody cared to know. Tacoma Zone, Isaiah Thomas, shout out to University Place, Curtis High School, all of that good stuff. Hey, got another little 10-day contract. This time, Charlotte Hornets.
That's right. He did get that other 10-day contract. What was it? The Mavericks and the Lakers already this year?
Yeah.
Man, shout out to him. Keep balling, baby. Keep balling.
League. You gotta stay in the league. I mean, that's what it is nowadays. I mean, before it was protocols and filling in situations. Now it's just, I mean, you can't just leave some of these guys that are out there, playing in a G League still in Big Three. Some of these dudes can still play. That dude can still play, man, for an NBA team. Are you telling me that guy can't start an NBA franchise right now? Come on.
Yeah, they messing around out there for sure. Well, shit, we had another great episode for y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Check out the Sports Fix with Stix and ABH Big Homie YouTube channel and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on whichever podcast platform you listen to.
Check it out.
Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family.
Fit it up.
Shout out to the producer, Chris _Donovan, for his NASCAR update. Homie Investigative Insider.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy and I'll Big Homie at Homie _Anonymous.
That's
We're gonna have to come up with some good stuff next week, homie, since there's no MLB. We're gonna figure it out. A little more time, hopefully, to research some stuff. Had to throw this one together last minute because of some bullshit like every week. But what you got for the people, homie?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what I won't be doing. Okay. I will not be buying a ticket to Rolling Loud Festival to see the debut performance of your very own, my guy and your guy, Antonio Brown, performing. I'm on the pit at the pallet. I'm on the pit at the pallet. They done gave this boy a damn festival like Coachella type.
They did not.
On everything I love, bro. Yo, on the same day he's opening up for Kanye West, man. They taking this boy seriously. He don't want to play no more damn football. Call it a day. Business no longer booming. This is fun.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.